Everybody doing tonight, January 6th board meeting. Before I pass it to Parks, he's gonna make an announcement or everything and do the prayer, but also too with our prayers tonight, we got one of our own, Roosevelt Payton is hospitalized tonight, so in your prayers, if you would, keep his family in your prayers. Parks?
Yes, before the prayer, I just wanted to acknowledge Martha Carolyn Sappington, whose funeral was today. It would be difficult for me to explain in a short amount of time. The contribution of the Sappington family to our downtown, to our main street, and their years of good business and service to our town. I would just like to acknowledge Martha Carolyn and also her late husband, Tommy. If you'll bow your heads. God our Father, we come to you as always, asking for wisdom and guidance in our decision making, that we will make decisions that benefit the whole community. Dear God, we pray for the Payton families and the Sappington families. We ask you for the repose of the soul of Martha Carolyn Sappington. We ask all these things through your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. All righty, we'll get going tonight in departmental business. We'll start with Bill Maddox, if you would. You got a few things.
I've got a few items. The first was a pay request. This is on the well out of Eastview Outlet. We're paying through, I still call it ARPA funds, some other acronym on it now. This Double S Inc. amount of $87,400.
I've got a motion by Will, second by Kevin Dale. Any questions? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Maybe just a little more background on that. That well has been developed. It's about a 300-gallon-a-minute well, which is really good for that area. And I think they're probably a couple of months out to actually get it in service. So we're in a good spot on that. Money's got to be spent by the end of 26, so we're in a good spot on that. The second item, and Reagan, I have to get you to advise me on this. Y'all approved updates to wording in the sewer use ordinance at the 1st of November. I think we discussed it, and y'all were okay approving it. Reagan said we need to wait a couple of weeks. I forgot to bring it back in December.
Yeah, well, I mentioned it. Just said you'd wait, but yeah, you introduced it in November.
Yes.
You have to vote on it 14 days later. So
Yeah.
Able to vote now.
Again, just in a general level, this codified the pH levels that we wanted in the ordinance. I don't think there were any in there. When we saw the need to add pH maximum minimums, and then the penalties in the ordinance were updated. I think it was like, again, I'm not sure how much a pound is. A pound of penalty, but it was 10 cents a pound. It got raised to 25 cents with the maximum daily fine of up to $3,000. I think it had been 1,000, and then that ordinance is 30 or 40 years old. But those were the two changes in the ordinance.
And just a reminder, the effective date would be 30 days from the day, unless you explain to them why there's an emergency.
Okay, I think we're okay with going the normal path.
Got a motion by Keith, second by, sorry, it's been a day. Sorry, Drew. Any questions? Drew. Any questions?
He answered anyway.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Here, the third item, we have some electric transformers we want to declare as surplus. These are transformers we've taken out of service that they're either they failed or they were just idle. We took them down. In years past, we used to get those remanufactured and use them back on the system. Those kind of transformers are notorious for having higher line losses, and that costs us money. We got away from that like in 2018, 2019, and when COVID hit, we started using those again just because we couldn't get new transformers. The market has settled down where we can go back to exclusively using the new transformers. So instead of us getting these transformers rebuilt and put them back in the system, we'd like to declare them surplus and go through the process of disposing of them. We'll get somebody to bid on them and buy them.
Motion by Kevin Dale, second by Will. Any questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Mayor, the last item, and again, this is something we addressed a month or so ago, but we left something out of the ad. We need professional assistance to help us secure a block grant, the state revolving loan fund money to start changing out some of the overwater mains, specifically on the north and south side both. We ran the ad and we awarded the professional services contract to Cook Coggin but there was some key language left out that we need to make sure the block grant is, all the boxes are checked on that. Three Rivers noticed that, and they offered to rerun the ad for us with all the correct language. So I'd like permission to re-advertise those professional services, specifically for the block grant.
Motion by Parks, second by Will. Any questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
That's all I got there. Just a couple things. The charging station is operational. I've been having a contest who can guess how many charges we had last month. Kevin Dale was the closest. We we had 44 charges.
Really?
That's
All right.
more than I thought we would have.
Who was the first customer?
A guy from Tupelo.
Okay.
I think he got a $50 gift card for driving down here, some kind of an online sign up. Anyway, I thought for the first month it's going pretty well. So that's operational. The gas project, we hope the second phase of the PIMSA grant gas project we have should start later this month. And then we've got all the grant money for the electric system, about $20 million worth of projects that those should kick off in May. So have a light month next couple of months. More's on the way, don't worry.
Anybody got any questions for Bill? Okay. Thank
Thanks,
you,
Bill.
Appreciate
Thank
you. All right, next up, Billie Jean Stroud, Community Development.
Yeah. December was a crazy busy month. We ended it with the Christmas parade with 90 entries. It was at capacity. We also changed up the route this year, and I have not heard any negative comments about that. The logistics worked out much better with that many entries to make it just a straight shot. Our second annual turkey to tinsel event was reported by merchants to be better than it was the year before, which that satisfied what we were trying to do, is bring more shoppers into our downtown area. I put on your table the 3 renderings of the CLG grant from Belinda Stewart, the certified local government that took the 3 city buildings that are empty right now. She did a structure analysis, a cost analysis, and talked about some ideas if you ever wanted to invest in it, or if we wanted to get investors in it, kind of set the groundwork for that. We're in the process to start recertification for the state designation as an approved retirement community. We are one of 13 communities now. This is a program through MDA, and they are looking at an extension of this program to go after Mississippians that have left the state, not just retirees. This would be in addition to retirees. Mississippians that have left the state that have certain skills that we want back into the state. So that program is going to be extended. But in the next couple of weeks, we'll have meetings, and they'll want some conversations with you guys as well for the recertification. Talks have started with Mississippi Heritage Hills, the city of Ripley, and New Albany on extension of, or in the conversation about the Faulkner Corridor, which is a trail extension of some sorts. A feasibility study has been done, and it's just a matter of organizing that push for that extension. It's going to be known as the Faulkner Corridor until further notice. And this is a cultural tourism project. Lots of positive feedbacks on the sidewalks. I have a community development grant that will kick in this month that will finish out the bump outs with new landscaping on that. When the sidewalks are being done, Will added some conduit to do a future sprinkler system. A lot of comments about why we don't have any flowering color downtown. It's because we have no water source in those bump outs. So he took the opportunity when the sidewalks were laid to add that to that. So hopefully this grant might jumpstart some water down there for that. ARPA funding has been closed out for the 5 murals and the uplighting that's in the bump outs. If you've noticed, the trees are eliminated. Those were 2 federal ARPA grants that have been closed out, and DFA has been notified of that. A COPE grant is about to be completed for the Welcome Center. It's a dry creek bed and a native plant garden that has been down there. We're just waiting for the final signage to be erected on that, and then that COPE grant can be closed out. Carl Small Town Center's coming into town this month to do a design guidelines, which will enhance the comp plan and the ordinances to make it a little bit tougher to secure the integrity of our historic downtown as far as future development and future renovations. The Tallahatchie River documentary has been completed, and we're just waiting for that to be rolled out to the public on that. We did do an economic impact study with MSU on the Tallahatchie River Fest. I talked with MSU yesterday. That's going to be rolled out. She was blown away. She thought the positive impact and the numbers that we had on retail, hotels, and restaurants will look good for that event. And so I'll roll that out shortly. Park along the river is full blown. If you go down Bankhead Street, I love the way it looks open, and it's people are ready for that 30-year-old park to be back open. And finally, the MAC building grant that we have worked on for the past year and a half is about to come to an end. We did reposition the soundboard to be more functional. The carpet was pulled up in the Magnolia room, and in the middle room, we put flooring down on that. The only thing left is the marquee, the rusting underneath that, and just securing that marquee. And I'm going to send a rendering to that to y'all through email. And that's the month of December.
We're planning to do a premiere for the documentary like we did with like Jamie Shorter's movie and stuff like that.
We
Is
did,
that
we
been talked
had
about?
that, and what happened that weekend? There was
Something happened that weekend.
You talking about the night of the
Yeah, the
event?
wrap up. We had a wrap up.
I remember the wrap up, but normally like the red carpet kind of.
Oh yeah, that was supposed to be it. But we had
The Ole Miss football game.
Ole Miss football game. Yeah, LSU, I think.
Yeah.
Killed it. But anyway, when it rolls out, it'll just go on
Do
to
something.
public broadcasting. I think is where it's going to land. But anyway, that was December.
Thank you.
Any questions for Billy? All right, thank you, Billy.
Have a good day.
All right, Miss Jill Smith for the museum.
We've got my monthly report in your email, so I won't go over all of that, but I did want to draw your attention to the construction and deconstruction that's going to start on January the 19th at the museum. That will be the beginning of the 2 exhibits that we're going to install in 2026. It's the Creative Spirits and the Hands-On Discovery Zone. They're supported by a Building for the Arts grant from the Mississippi Arts Commission, an America 250 grant from the Mississippi Humanities, and the Mississippi Hills National Heritage Grant. Plus, we have a lot of local contributions for that. That'll recognize our Nobel Prize winners, our Pulitzer Prize winners, our great Elvis tribute artist. And, it's going to be the people that have gone on and done great things and the people that are coming forward and doing great things. So hopefully we'll open that mid-2026, but, you never know how that's going to go. But we're still going to stay open. We're going to seal off those areas that we're working on. Moving forward, as always, hopefully, we'll seal off that construction area from the public. And Jeffrey King is doing the deconstruction part of it and getting it ready for the Design 500 for Memphis and a good show, fabrication and installation. And Bill, I appreciate the fact that we can store things the old electric building because we're running out of space to do that. But we have a full calendar for January, and hopefully we'll just keep moving forward as usual. I appreciate that. In March, we'll have an event at the Magnolia Theater about the Hallelujah Trail. And we had such a big crowd last year that we felt like we needed a larger space, and Billie Jean's let us using that to do a tribute in March. So we've been planning that and a lot of other things. We have a Alex Kunstler's Blues Odyssey opening in January. I don't have that date yet because it hasn't been delivered, but we have a full calendar, and if anybody has any questions, let me know.
Thank you so much,
Jill.
Jill.
Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Jim.
Chris, Chief,
Mr. Mayor, we don't have anything tonight.
any questions for Chief?
Not a question, but just more of a statement and observation. I was at the all the exciting game for the New Orleans Ripley and seeing how quickly all the officers that were there responded and turned what could have been a very serious situation, de-escalated it almost immediately. So just as a parent, first off, who's my daughter was right there as it happened, and how quickly it got shut down means a lot. So just please let all the guys that were there especially know how much we appreciate everything that they do.
I will, and all I can say is in the updates that we're identified pretty much everyone that was involved. Half of them, or at least half of them are juveniles from Tippah County. We reached out to Tippah County or Ripley and the SROs, Ripley school system. They've helped us identify those individuals, and we plan to have charges moving forward on all fronts.
Any other further questions? All right, thank you, Chief. All right, Chase, Park and Rec.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good evening, board. I emailed my monthly report, but I did want to highlight a few things. Youth basketball started this past Saturday. Our youth league, we started at Forward Gym last Saturday. Everything went good. We ended up with about 173, 175 kids. So that program is definitely growing. Another highlight, youth baseball and softball registration. That will start on January 12th and go through March 1st. One of our popular adult programs, wiffle ball, we're going to start registration pretty soon on it. We're flipping the teen and adult season, because last year the teen season was during high school spring sports. So we're playing adult season during the spring and then playing the teen during the summer. Zesty Seniors at the community center is still rocking along. We've got our finalized tournament schedule. We've got 13 tournaments between baseball and softball. That goes March through June. Kevin Dale, I don't know if you noticed, there was a big tree that fell at Shady Dale and with the basketball fence. I've got ivy fence out there. They're getting a quote together, so we can repair that. High school spring sports, they start tomorrow after school practice. And that's kind of the highlight of what's going on right now. I do have a couple of items of business. If we can do that. I've got an equipment trade. We've got a sweeper at the park that we hadn't used in a while. I sent it to the shop, see what was wrong with it. It's going to cost about $1,100 to fix. But they did offer an even trade for a cart. We wouldn't have a balance if we traded just fair and square. So they've proposed we do that, and well, I'm proposing that we make that trade.
Is that, what's the cost? Or you have a quote?
0. It's a piece of equipment that we don't use, and it's going to cost $1,100 to fix. And they would trade us a cart that's valued at that $78.50.
The question I have, even though we're not spending money, and we're basically doing a sale and a purchasing, do we need another bid on a $7,800 piece of equipment that we're purchasing? And I can't really sit here and say that we don't. So look into that. That's a novel question.
It's a used cart, so I mean, to find one that's apples to apples with that one to get, I don't know. I mean,
worst case, we are meeting, next week, but if you want to research that,
That would be a good idea.
safe bet.
I do have a budget approved purchase for John Deere 1200A bunker and field rake. This would be purchased at state contract pricing for the amount of $20,123.28 from Beard Equipment Company. This would we use a cart now to, like on tournaments and stuff, to drag, and this would free up another cart for tournament and to be used.
Is it in your budget?
It'd come out of capital equipment.
While they're looking at that, Reagan's going to get up a wiffle ball team. Kevin Dale's still going to be. We're going to.
I've heard stories.
Katie's pitching.
He told me.
Don't y'all miss that show, dude. We need a picture.
Yeah.
Forward, state contract.
I got a motion by Will, second by Keith. Any questions as part of this? So you good? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
That's all I have unless anybody else has any more questions.
That's it. Thank you, Chase.
Thanks, Jay.
Thank you, buddy.
Thanks, Jay.
Mark?
I don't have anything for the board, but I got something I wanna add, if it's okay, I can just do it from here, save much time, but, if you haven't read the article in the paper on Jill today, I encourage you to do so, it's a really good article. We finished the year for 2025 with a total of 1,561 calls. That's up from 1,334 in '24, so that's 227 more calls, we're up about 17%. Our call volume actually on actual fires was about the same. We had one at the old professional foam on industrial back in 2002. If the guys who were here remember, that building was a total loss. When they built it back, they had to sprinkle it, and the sprinklers kicked in this time and saved 3 industries from burning to the ground out there that night. So things are working well. And like I said, the guys did have 2 in 2025. They had 2 confirmed CPR saves. One of them being a relative of Kevin Dale's. So what's going on is going on well, and we appreciate the support. We want to continue on into 2026 and move forward even more if we can.
Thanks, you.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you, Mark. All right. Building inspector, zoning, Mr. Eric.
I don't have anything. I sent my monthly reports. I've got any questions about it.
Does anybody have any questions for Eric?
Mhm.
It is a light month. You hit 0.
Yeah, it was very light.
We're gonna have to get you like Jill and Billie Jean to kind of.
I'll work on it.
All right, under the consent agenda, approval correction of this December 2025 claims docket. And item B, approved December 2nd, 2025 minutes. If there's, we don't have to make a motion on that, but if anybody has any questions or anything like that, or any objections to it, this is the time. Otherwise, it'll be approved for new structure from our attorney here.
We've been doing that a while.
Sorry. Okay. Well, I guess I deviated from when I was here. So. All right. Well, that's it. Anything else? Reagan, you got anything?
I do not.
All right. I guess lastly for tonight, I guess it's kind of for me, bittersweet. With Kevin Dale, this is his last night before we put the floor to him if he would like to speak. But KD, we served many years together, and I appreciate your stable influence and your wisdom on some things. And you've always been good to me throughout my whole life with you, and I certainly appreciate it. I had you a fishing pole ordered, didn't come in, but I promise as soon as it does, and a wiffle ball bat for the team, because you're going to be always welcome to play on our team. We get one together, but I really sincerely appreciate you, and it's bittersweet. But I know you're going to enjoy the life on the other side.
Well, I want to say thank y'all, first of all, to everybody, because it's been a pleasure. I know that we had our ups, we had our downs, but we're right there. It's a good group to work with, good bunch of people to work with, and I really enjoyed it. I think I'm going to enjoy it every time I leave now. Thank y'all. I just want to recognize Ms. Felina Park.
God have you.
I just want to say that when I came into this, Kevin Dale was my alderman, and before I ever knew anything about politics, he was, I'm telling you, I'm not saying it because he's sitting there beside me. If I ever had a problem or anybody in our neighborhood had a problem, Kevin Dale would always take care of it. And I appreciate that so much. And you've been a great example to me and helped me learn about doing this. And hate you're leaving, and whoever fills your shoes, got some big shoes to fill. And good luck with the fishing and the football.
And I'll piggyback on it too. Coming in, just over one term with you, coming in green as Parks and I both did at the same time. Having somebody to bounce ideas off of, and even probably the most important thing to me was we've had a couple of issues come up that we were on polar opposite ends of. We had completely different opinions, but we handled them, we discussed them, we voted how we voted, and turned around and went to dinner after. So that was the most important thing to me, is maintaining your level of professionalism and your love for this community will never be forgotten. And it's been an absolute honor and privilege to serve with you.
Echo the same, and been good at kind of having those overlapping wards where we have kind of mutual problems that we have to solve a lot. And there's a whole lot of things that go on people don't know about. It's been a pleasure working with you.
Yeah, you're gonna be missed for sure. We've been over three terms together. Been a pleasure. I've always depend on you. You're always gonna be there with wisdom, and sometimes it may be a different set of eyes looking on it. And I appreciate you serving. You've done a good job, and you'll be missed.
And I will open it for department heads. If anybody wants to say anything, you're welcome to. If not, we'll get the official stuff.
You know, he came from the firehouse, so we know a lot. We know a lot, and probably can't repeat some of it. But for a long time, the back of his coat had oak tree written on it, so that's it. So, and we'll miss him because, you know, I mean, he knew fire, and so when I went to him and said we need this, I had to be honest. I couldn't try to pull the wool over his eyes because he knew better. And so I think when he came to you guys and said, "Yeah, this is what they need," you trusted him. And so we appreciate it.
Yeah, Bill, we go back more than 40 years. I'll tell most of this, that you know the Kevin Dale, the Alderman, you know Kevin Dale, the firefighter. Most of you probably didn't get to see Kevin Dale race the football field. I had an opportunity to see Kevin Dale White running the end zone with 4 folks on his back. Kevin Dale was good to me then. He's been good to me ever since. We worked together both when I became a policeman. He was a fireman. I appreciate your service, Kevin.
Katie, and again, I really appreciate you. You've done a lot of things. You've always been really good to listen, have really good input, and you know, everybody, we've had such a good group, you know, all of the whole time. Everybody's worked so well together, and just really make things, I won't say easy to do, but you know, it's just not been a big problem. You've been a big part of that. You've always kind of been that kind of, you know, it's always been a settling force, Kevin. You know, I always enjoy talking to you and enjoy your input and, you know, the advice you've given me on things. You've seen what Holly brings to us. You know what we need to do here. So, you know, I appreciate that. Again, you'll definitely be missed, Kevin Dale. And, don't be a stranger.
Thank you, Kevin Dale, for always supporting Park. You care about everybody in the community, but you especially have a heart for the youth. It's been great to work with. I just want to thank you for your service.
I'm not a department head, but I've been coming to these meetings for a little while, and the general public doesn't always do the best job of paying attention to what actually happens. They do a really good job of complaining about what they think happens and what they think problems are. But I've been coming to these meetings since, I believe it was 2009, and that's one of the most consistent men that I know. You know what you're going to get out of Kevin Dale. You know every time, and the general public may not come and tell you that they appreciate you. But as a business owner and someone that's come here and paid attention to what all of you have done, I appreciate it.
Thank you, Terry.
Kevin Dale, we've been together a long time, brother. And I just want to say thank you for your service to this city, the citizens of this city, and for the support to the fire department. But most of all, I want to thank you for your friendship.
I got me quiet on
All right, so
Megan?
I mean, I don't have anything nice. I told him I was gonna rip up his purse for him. I told him he couldn't retire. I mean,
Well, I guess, KD, I guess you did give the letter to Megan, so it is on file. Reagan, from standpoint, you know, as unfortunately, I guess we have to do this, but he has vacated his seat on Ward 3. So at this point in time, I guess we do need a motion, a second, to set a call meeting next Monday, the 12th, to set the election schedule and publish it.
Well, we'll need to set it one form or another, but that's when we want to do it. Sure.
Well, I appreciate that. Agree with me on that. So what I need, here's what we need to do. Kevin Dale vacated the Ward 3 position, so what I need is a motion to have a meeting next Monday at 5:30.
No, you just don't vote on this.
But to schedule it, and then that way we'll do the special election and get published in the New Albany Gazette.
So moved.
I got a motion by Keith,
I'll second.
second by Drew. Any questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. If there's no, but I guess this concludes the meeting for January 6th. We'll be back here next Monday, 5:30. Thank y'all.
Yeah, motion adjourned, yeah.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Motion by Drew,
I
second by Kevin Dale. Oh, no, second by Parks. All in favor say aye. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, KD, you can't.
Brady and Maggie.
Thank y'all, brother.
Yeah, I didn't.
Thank you, bro.
I was just
You need these back?
Take it.
You know they'll get lost. One of us has.
Now you like